Hi, I'm Jeremy Franklin, Artistic Director for the new Mesa Repertory Theater, and the day has finally arrived. It is our grand opening for the return of summer theater here at Colorado Mesa University. And it's a full year's work of planning and work finally come to fruition tonight and tomorrow night when we open the Fantastics. I took a few minutes this past week during tech rehearsals to speak to director Tim Pinot, as well as cast members Jenna Miles, Mary Compton, and Emily Prock about their show, The Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged, opening tonight here in the Experimental Theater.
In casting the show, normally the show is done with 3 men. Right. And in this case, as we were doing the casting, I couldn't quite find the right group of 3 guys. Particularly, I couldn't find the right 3 guys who could go fast enough, because there's a time in the second act where they do all of Hamlet in about a minute and a half, right, and then they do it backwards. So they had to be able to move very quickly and really kind of keep that energy going. And the 3 people I found that I did have that could do that were 3 women. So I've cast 3 women in the show. It changes things a little bit. Some of the more naughty humor changes a little bit. But then you pick up some humor in other places.
I just think it's an honor, really.
Yeah, to be part of the startup again.
Yeah, and
the restartup.
Two of the smallest casts that have come through Mesa in how many
Plus,
years
we're
now?
an all-female cast.
Yeah.
It's for all guys. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome.
And just, I don't know, it's a great way to start your career after just graduating. I personally have a rather light resume. Like, everything is all college and everything, and this isn't technically, it's professional. We're getting paid. It's, your first paid job right out of school. It's like I'm a business major.
It's very fast. You don't perform it like you would perform normal Shakespeare at all. You have to run, sprint rather, to change, and we play so many different characters that it's sometimes. How many days do we have to memorize?
A week.
A week? Yeah. 7 days to memorize.
But not though, because we blocked it.
That's true. We blocked it in 4 days.
Yeah. We had 3 days to get it off book.
Yeah.
Because we blocked it until Thursday, Monday through Thursday, and then we had to be off book that next Monday.
Monday, right?
Yep. I think one of the most difficult parts was memorizing the lines. It's the most lines I've ever had in my life. It's 72 pages, and we're on every single
dialogue.
page.
Every single person is on the stage all the time. There's never any time backstage either, which is weird.
I had to use 2 highlighters. I ran out of ink in my red highlighter. It's gone.
Well, I'm a Shakespeare fanatic. I've spent most of my professional life doing Shakespeare in one form or another, as an actor, as a fight director, as a director. And I started reading Shakespeare when I was in 4th grade, when my mother handed me The Complete Works. She was an English teacher. I didn't get really into it until college, when I realized that all my musical theater training transferred over so well to doing straight theater because of the music of the language. And at that point, when I figured that out, it just sort of took off. I found out that that's probably the thing I had the most talent for of anything, was Shakespeare. And I've just fallen in love with it ever since. So along comes this play, The Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged, that takes all, you have to be able to do Shakespeare to do this play. Because in moments, it's perfectly good, standard Shakespeare. And then all of a sudden something breaks down and it goes crazy. And it gives you a chance to laugh at Shakespeare. It gives you a chance to laugh at the pretentiousness sometimes of Shakespeare and all the convoluted stuff in Shakespeare and the language. And so for someone like me, not only getting to do Shakespeare, but also getting to laugh at yourself a little bit is always a good thing.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
No, sir, I do but bite my thumb.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb.
I am setting all my props and costumes.
Can you show us some of them? Like how many there are?
Oh, okay. Well, this is 3 of my costumes, and then all of these over here are different pieces that we add to our initial costumes, which we're wearing right now. And then we have this whole entire cabinet is full of props. We have about and some more costumes. We have 3 boxes full, plus a couple of bigger pieces that don't fit in here. So we have 2 tables on each side of the theater backstage, and then a table set in the back as well for props and costumes. So
And these ropes for
and
costumes.
yeah, and when we have everything laid out, there's stuff all over the place, and we don't have time to like set it down when we come out. So we just toss a costume piece, grab the next one, and like go on stage. Yeah, and I have to have a dresser specifically for me in Act 2 because I have so many costume changes back and forth and only a line in between. So I go back in between these 3 costumes 5 or 6 times.
There are a million costume pieces and a million props because every new character has to have either a new costume piece or a new prop to let us know that it's someone new. So that put all of this onto a couple of costume people, our costume designer Bailey and one assistant Elizabeth. They had to come up with all this stuff in about a week. And then we had all these props, and we have one person doing props, Chris Wells, and he's got to come up with all these props in about a week and a half. And then we've got all the lights and the set has to be able to transform in rep, because one night or one afternoon it might be Fantastics, and that very same evening it's going to be Shakespeare.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear.
I think my favorite part is I love being in the black box. I love it, and I was really bummed out that I didn't do any shows there in my last year. You know, I did my cabaret, but I knew having a role in the black box, and so I'm really glad that I could start my career there. And it's really cool that we're doing these tiny shows with these small casts that are made for an intimate space like the black box.
Yeah.
So it's been a really fascinating adventure for me, trying to figure out my original idea of what it looked like in my head is not the way it ended up going to be. So it was a fun sort of chance to sit with them and just sort of play through this stuff. They came up with a lot of the jokes that you're going to see. They're all very, very bright young women, and they're very quick-witted, and they're willing to just go for anything and just give it a shot. And those are the kind of actors you always love working with as a director. They'll try anything, and if it fails, we'll find something else. But they absolutely go for it. They're charming, they're funny, they're fast, and so we're all just having a great time with it.
And there you have it, the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged, opening tonight, the inaugural show of the new Mesa Repertory Theater here in the Experimental Theater on the campus of Colorado Mesa University. It's opening tonight, playing at 7:30. It'll also be here Saturday, June 8th at 2 p.m. We'll have evening shows next week on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday as well. You don't want to miss it, the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged. And stay tuned for our opening tomorrow of the musical The Fantasticks.